in the Kupang Play Series this season, because let's be honest, how do you have to be on their toes? Manchester City are still without the... It is Team K-League. K-League All-Stars against Manchester City from the Seoul World Cup Stadium. Champions lose in the game against Senegal by a 1-0. They were knocked out in the group. Who is on the ball here? Played all 3 matches for South Korea. Group stages as well, France. And lots of our players, the K-League opponents of Manchester City here. Manchester City, and it starts here. Although you would imagine that. So it's life without Pep for Manchester. Pep Guardiola playbook. It will be interesting to see. Sweeping ball across field towards Nori. Gets a couple of oohs from around the... Here is stadium here. And Kovacic could have a very important role to play this last season. That's a pretty wonderful ball as well. On the score sheet against Inter. The game... Well, he has said, Enzo Maresca, that he's not going to be judged through a Pep lens, and that might potentially be the most difficult challenge. Closeness between the two styles after Enzo Maresca was the assistant coach. Here is Reinders, one of a number of Manchester City players who've been subject to the Nori is unable to keep in play. Son Bung-kyun, keeper for the national team. He was the number 3 this summer. Here is Semenyo. Scored that wonderful goal. There's been some discussion that the role of the wingers at Manchester City this season will change. Well, of course, that lovely flick in the FA Cup final against Chelsea. Neto on one side and Jadon Sancho on the other. That one deflect away for a goal kick. Zan's pass away, very nearly Team K-League into a spot of bother. Definitely feels as though he could be a player that would flourish within an Enzo Maresca system, but we're half concerned. Kovacic wants to work. That was a nice turn by him. Wonderful form in the K-League with 5 goals over his last 7, trying to navigate his way through. All the substitutions that will inevitably come. There are 5 windows with which lining up on the left-hand side. Was more central in the game against Inter Milan. And they can make as many as they like. And Nori is being asked to see lots of the ball. Run here by Reinders. He cuts back and looks for an option. Wasn't one there. Into the middle, and Nori is able to tuck into the corner. And it takes just 9 minutes here for Manchester City to get up and running in Seoul. Competition with O'Reilly as the season comes up. And a wonderful opportunity here for Nori to audition for the team. Pass all too easily. So Reinders again surging forward, this time looking the way of Semenyo. And some way over the top this time from pressure from Rico Lewis. Make a big impression. Another player that Hyuk with as well, likes the full-backs that can move up into midfield. Pulls away, cuts it back. This spell of football here from the K-League All-Stars that we've seen so far, and it ends in a goal. Very sweetly struck too, beyond Donnarumma. At the same time, they are deep into their season as Semenyo skips away to play a nice ball through. Semenyo opens up his body very nicely indeed to feed Reinders again. Well, if you speak to anybody who regularly watches the K-League, Phil Foden is on the corner. Take as well by Kim Won-Hwan. It's the goal scorer, Aït-Nouri, to cut it back to the edge of the area. Foden there waiting. Captain Ruben Dias. And very nearly another. But the cross just evades the feet of Divin Mbama, who is here by Semenyo. Clever flick, Reinders there. What a lovely goal from Manchester City, finished off by Reinders. They have a second here in Seoul. Semenyo tries luck again, this time catches the attention of the goalkeeper, who can only poke into the path of Divin Mbama. Well, he makes a big glance across to double check that he is, in fact, onside. City retain possession. Kovacic looks for Mbama. It was nearly a very useful for the new season. Semenyo on the burst, and it should have been another, but somehow the ball. The burst into the penalty area from the Ghanaian, and a strike that doesn't really trouble the goalkeeper this time. Starts proceedings as the K-League All-Stars look for another burst towards the penalty area, hoping to become the next Son, the next big prospect, perhaps. Free kick is left for Reinders. Sent it too deep and out of play. Diaz' delivery doesn't make it beyond his man. Again, weaving some magic on the edge of the penalty area. Foden looking to do the same. And into an attacking position. Looking for their second goal. Who improvised but was unable to find a teammate. Semenyo's got it though. And Semenyo again